Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the gentle chaos that is Savannah the Craft podcast. Today is January the 2nd, 2024. So it's time for December episode of what I made and what I was working on. This is a crafty podcast that features mostly knitting and crochet. Sometimes I also venture into other crafts. I do cosplay, so I do some sewing, I do embroidery, and I'm also trying some different crafts as well. Although lately I'm trying to separate the topics a little bit, so I mostly dedicate these monthly episodes to yarn crafts, basically. Yeah, my name is Bara. I live in Czech Republic, that's a small country in the heart of Europe. I live here in Brno, that's the second largest city, in a small flat along with my boyfriend and our dog Princess Sevrela. She loves making appearance in this podcast, so maybe we'll see a snoot or a tail or some other part of her during the recording. And yeah, this is a monthly podcast where I feature what I completed, what I'm working on, and materials that I bought for my crafting. Today's episode is going to be quite packed. I do have some finished objects, perhaps the most that I ever had, some Christmas gifts mostly. And yeah, some works in progress. And I have a ton of new acquisitions. Vast majority Christmas related, Advent related, but also some other things. And I'm just looking at it here on the table, and it's a really, really huge pile of new things. So today there will be a very long material acquisition part. Okay, but we'll start with finished objects as usual. All right, first thing first, finished objects. Before I start with knitting and overall things, I have a new tripod, so I'm trying to get used to the new setup and everything. So in case something is really weird, please let me know. It's a learning curve, okay? Anyways, as usual, starting with what I'm wearing. Today I'm wearing my first and only cardigan that I've ever made. I made it last year, at the beginning of last year, 2023. It will take me a moment to process the fact that we're in New Year, but okay. And it's a, oh my gosh, what's the name? I will have to populate it here because I have a complete blackout, but it's by Tanya Barley, Moorland cardigan, I believe, but I will put the name anyways. It's by Tanya Barley. It's a cardigan that's made as it's like a raglan, I believe. It's made in round and then you stick. So I was also sticking. The most beautiful detail are these sides on the sleeves, and I also decorated one of the sleeves with a little embroidery. I made my cardigan from knitted yarn, which is unspun yarn, held double. I wear only a top, sleeveless top under it, and I'm fine. So it's not super scratchy, but I think that, if you're sensitive, definitely not something for you. But I love my cardigan. I wear it usually on top of other sweaters when the weather is really cold. And I think it's also quite windproof. I was surprised, but yeah, that's what I'm wearing now. And with that, I will take my notes and I will start with the finished objects of this month. The first part will be a little bit virtual because I needed a lot of Christmas gifts. I completed a lot of Christmas gifts and I don't have them with me anymore. We're post-Christmas, so I will try to put as many pictures as possible here. But I believe that most of the things were featured here as works in progress in previous episodes. But anyways, I will start with the smaller ones, and that would be 2 pairs of socks. First one was basic socks that rock, made from this yarn. Oops, like this. So it's a West Yorkshire Spinner's signature 4-ply in Christmas collection, and the shade is Fairy Light Sparkle. I made them in like a general woman size, I would say 37 to 39, as part of our creative swap, which was like a very nice event held by my friend. We met in Prague, in like a restaurant or a bar basically. Every one of us brought a gift that we made, and then we just, you know, randomly picked one for ourselves. So we were 7 or 8, I believe, people there, all ladies, and it was really amazing. The girl that picked my socks was really excited because I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's sparkly. So she was really over the moon that it's like Christmassy and sparkly. So I was happy with that because I knew I took a risk by making something in a certain size, but they fit. She already sent me a picture. Yeah, so that's the first thing that I completed. Second pair of socks, I don't have the materials here anymore, but again I will post it here. Same pattern, basic socks that rock, by Petra Machova Kourilova, this time in a slightly different color scheme, for a friend cosplayer. She cosplays Nami from One Piece a lot. I will put the picture of the character here as well. And I wanted to create something in that color, so she has original socks that have like an extra value for her. So yeah, I made these. They again are super simple, just 3 colors in a most vanilla pattern possible. And yeah, again, big success. She was super happy with them. She ordered more. So she will definitely be getting more socks for Christmas. And yeah, they're with her now. She's having a good time. She already wore them. I saw her because we met a week later for another little event and she had them on. So I was over the moon. What more can you ask for than to see knitted things that you made for your friends actually worn by them? By choice, I hope. So yeah, that's the other thing that I made. Third thing that is not here, that is completed, is the loopy cable vest by Isle of Yarn knitter. That was a gift for my mom. Again, I will try to put some more pictures here. A vest made from Snefnug by CaMaRose. I believe I had 6 skeins. I played yarn chicken with this, or I thought I will play yarn chicken with this. Didn't happen at the end. It was quite okay, as you can tell. The vest was knitted. It was, for me, it was a first experience. I was knitting something like bottom up because I only knitted sweaters in round, top down. Yeah, until now, or until recently. So when I started from the bottom and I did the hem, and then I was knitting, it was cabled vest, so I was knitting the cables, and by the time I arrived to the beginning of the armhole, I had 4 skeins out of those 6 basically used. I was horrified because in my eyes I still had, you know, this both like front sides to be done, and then the back side, and then there was also the button bed, right? So in my eyes I already lost, but I kept my cool. I tried to work as quickly as possible so I have time to order more yarn if needed, and it wasn't needed. So this is what I have left. Not enough for anything, I believe, but I'm contemplating buying one more color and maybe making like a hat or something out of it. Very gentle color. My mom loves, you know, like pastel tones, pink tones, so she was very happy with it, and she wore it. She worn it right away. You know, when I was making the vest, I thought it could be either for her like coffees in the garden or just for her wearing it at home when it's a little bit colder, and she was wearing it inside all the time for our Christmas visit basically. So, and it fitted her very well. I was worried that it will be too big. It is oversized, but in a very intentional way, I would say. So everything ended up being really good, almost even great, considering how many things I was worried about during the knitting. So I'm very happy with it. Okay, these were Christmas gifts, so we're already at 3 finished objects, and I have 3 more. Yeah, let's call it 3, because you will see some are pretty small, but in multiple pieces. And these 3 are with me, so I'm able to tell you. So first is my first ever knitted hat. I realized that I never knitted a hat. This hat is not blocked yet, but yeah, it's a bubble hat by Donna Smith. I'll try to put it on. Maybe, yeah, this is. So it's slightly like slouchy. I like it. I made it completely from leftovers. I had this pattern for maybe 2 years already because I always wanted to make this hat. It has sheep, so very cute. I made it from leftovers from my for Fox's Sake sweater. And the sweater features 4 colors, and that's exactly the 4 colors I have here. So this like rusty brown, maybe like off-white, petrol, and this is a very dark blue color. So I used a lot, still not enough, so I will make another. Just instead of brown, I will use khaki color, and my intention is then to have my mom pick one of them, and I will keep the other one. And yeah, another thing that I noticed is that I don't have any hat, and now we had a little bit colder weather at the beginning of December, so I really needed one. So I made this in 2 days. Yeah, I didn't tell you what yarn did I use, right? I just told you it was leftover. The 3 main ones are Fleece, Blue Faced Luster by John Arbon. No, West Yorkshire Spinners, sorry, West Yorkshire Spinners. And this 4th one is Isager Jensen. Yeah, so very quick knit, 4.0 millimeter needles, 4.5 maybe, I don't remember anymore. But yeah, basically I made, maybe in 1 day, I made it until here, and then another day I made the sheep and all the way the blue sky, starry sky, and everything. So yeah, very enjoyable. Next one is a set of accessories that I made for 2 friends, and I still didn't meet them. So they are Christmas gifts, but they are not gifted yet. It's crocheted from leftovers again, and it's these coasters. I believe that's the word. It's supposed to go under your cup. in the shape of cat back slash butt. I made 4 for each of the friends, so 8 in total in 4 different colors. These are again leftover yarns, fingering held double. So I made a gray one. I made a brown one, let's say. I made a colorful one. This is basically a colorful yarn with gray yarn held, double, so there's 2 different yarns. And then I made a very dark gray, almost black. It shows as black, but it's a gray, very dark gray. Yeah, and another 4. So 8 pieces in total. I think one took me maybe 20 minutes. So it's a very nice stash busting, leftover busting project. I recommend. The pattern is free online. It's enough if you Google cat butthole coaster, something like that. So yeah, this will go to 2 of my friends very soon. And we're moving to the last finished object of December. I might even add some celebratory pictures or music or whatever, because I finished Nevalis sweater. Took me only 13 months. Yeah, I finished it at the beginning of December and I wore it for Christmas party with vlněné sestry. Fun part is that I really wanted to finish it by the time the party happens. I managed, so I wanted to show the ladies, and I had such a busy day that I arrived to the party maybe 10 minutes after the majority of people left, but I still, sat down with some of my friends there for at least an hour, and we were chatting, and I was wearing this. So yeah, it's done. It was folded. So right now it looks slightly weird, but anyways, it's blocked. So yeah, it has the bottom. It has the color work on sleeves that are my modifications. So yeah, pattern by Teti Lutsak called Nevalis. Part originally cast on as part of Christmas knit-along of 2022, finished right before Christmas 2023. I used Devonia by Arbon Textiles, and yeah, it's finally done. I had issues. It's still a little bit visible, but it's much better. I had issues with the tension here on the back neck because I used bigger needles than needed, but it blocked quite nice. You're basically not able to tell that there were some wrinkles, so I think I will keep it that way. I'll see how it wears. There's still slight possibility that I will have to rip it out, frog it a little bit, but I hope not. Anyways, it's done. It's completed. Maybe I will wear it for the next podcast, but for now I can proudly put it on my shelf with other finished knits and just enjoy how beautiful it is. So yeah, 6 objects in total, and that's it for this month. Okay, let's move to works in progress. I do have maybe 2 new cast-ons. I think so. But I was also working on some other things. So I'll start with a project for myself that So one apologies. One moment. That's embarrassing. Let me just turn it. I am working on like high, knee-high socks for myself from leftover yarn. I finished the first one. As you could tell, I still didn't weave in the ends, but I will do it soon. This is a sock that's based on the basic socks that rocked pattern. I just made it longer, and there is a little bit of shaping here on the top, and now it's going more narrow, and then the bottom is completely according to the pattern. I have the way how I do it, so it has at least a little bit of consistency, is that I have two, let's say, main colors, and it would be this mustard and this petrol, and they go, you know, like once every 4 stripes, basically. And then I have about maybe 10 to 15, I don't know exactly, other colors, other leftovers that I randomly put in between. I was going for blue and yellow colors and some adjacent, so there's a little bit of green somewhere, there's a little bit of like gray, orange, but I think this one is already used up completely, so yes, that's successful. And I'm using my small, mostly small leftovers for that. So I've got one sock done. Let me see how my bag looks like. Here is the needles. Yeah, basically just cast it on the other one. And yeah, this is my bag with the leftovers. The only yarns that I really care about are these two. That's the main colors. I'm really, you know, making sure that I have enough. I think I do. I used up around half of each one. And then the contrast colors or the others, I have some bigger skeins that I don't expect to use up, but I also have some very small ones. This is Malabrigo, I believe. Malabrigo sock. Mostly I have Arwetta, Jawoll. I have one Silver Ball. And I have some yarns from Priadka. She is a dyer who makes a monthly Harry Potter sock club. Every month she releases like a set, and it has like 100 grams skein and 20 gram skein. So I'm using also some hair colors, mostly the 20 gram. And I think that's about it. And some other, like really anything that I ever used for like a fingering yarn, and it has some content of nylon, so I can use it for socks. Anything that I have which is a leftover, it's here. So yeah, I want to use it, I want to wear it at spring, hopefully. So yeah, I would like to finish the other sock soon, so I can use it with my skirts and be comfy and warm. Another project that I already shown you is something that I started working on after Barcelona. So in my bag that I bought in Barcelona resides a sling shawl by Justyna Lorkowska. I'm using two colors. Apologies in advance. I'm going to blind you a little bit. These are the colors. This is Labien Aimee merino single. Our neighbors started drilling in the walls. I hope you can't hear it. I hope so, but I can hear it pretty loudly. I'll try to push through it. I'll try to make it through. My apologies in case you hear any background noise. So yeah, Labien Aimee merino single in colorway air guitar, leftover from my ranunculus shawl number 2. I had 3 skeins of this one. I used up 1 3/4 for ranunculus, so I had more than 1 left, and the Iceland shawl calls for 2 skeins, 1 color, 1 each, a different color, 2 skeins, each of them different color. So I decided that 1 color will be this. This is already a leftover from it because I already finished the section that included this color, and now I'm only working on the part that only has the other one. And this is a colorway that I bought specifically for this to be complementary with the air guitar. It's from Gli Occhi del Lupo, which is an Italian brand that was in Barcelona on its festival. So I bought it there. Yeah, fingering weight both of them. And now it's time to show you the progress that I have on the shawl. So Iceland shawl features 2 colors, as I said. I'm not sure how it will block because it looks like this. I started here, and then you practically do these stripes, and it still looks like a triangle with the, you know, with this cast on start here, but we'll see. So it has 6 big stripes like so of the color A, and then as a last section you create a hem, a border, that's the right name, only from the contrast color. It looks like this. So the border features this beautiful cabled lace. I hope you can see it fine. And I have 3 repetitions only. I think that I counted it, there will be around 20 repetitions. So yeah, you can tell it's just the very beginning. So it's very bright, it's beautiful. Okay, let me show you with the other color. It's going to look like this. My nickname for this project is Cyberpunk, because even the air guitar, the first color, has some neons in it, although quite light toned, and a lot of gray, of course. And this pink one is really, really super bright. So yeah, final push, final section, but yeah, still far from completing it. But I really like it. I think it will go really well with some of my wardrobe pieces, even though I don't wear pink, or at least I didn't, but I think it will go very well. Okay, let me see what I have next. So last one of the older whips that I have here is the Aloft shawl. Now I'm making this shawl out of the advent calendar from 2022, and it's turning out into a very, very big piece there. So let me wait a second, it's a bit tangled. Let me untangle it and show you the progress. Okay, so this is the middle portion, and this is the colors that I'm working on now, basically. Wow. Yeah, okay. So the advent calendar features 25 colors, starting with these like dark blues, petrels. I think the so the advent calendar is by Detsida. This one was called Earth and Water, something like that. So it really starts with this like deep ocean. I like that it looks like when you're looking on the beach and the ocean from, you know, very high like level. and you can see the deep water, it's going less and less deep, and now here it meets the sand, and there is your beach, and here we start seeing maybe some mountains or something. So yeah, this is approaching slowly at the end. I basically decided, because I want to use up as much of the advent yarn as possible, and I think this is one repeat of the lace. I think the shawl originally, which by the way is from the 52 Weeks of Shawls, and it's by Bekanitz, sorry, Bekanitz. The original pattern features, I believe, 3 different sizes, so you can basically choose how many times are you going to repeat your, the pattern. Basically the pattern is 40 rows wide, I believe. I believe that the biggest section featured 5 repetitions, and since I want to really use it up and I'm not afraid of having a big schlanket, I'm now at the 7th repetition. So yeah, there's also a border that features, I think it has 20 rows, something like that. And at this point I have 17 colors in, so I have still 8 left, but right now the rows are so long that with 120-gram skein I'm able to make maybe 8 rows. So I expect that this repeat, the final one, and the border will use around 3 more colors. So it will leave me with about 4. So either I will make a slightly longer border, or I will make tassels. I haven't decided yet, but I am approaching the final phase very quickly now. Well, not quickly because each row takes time, but I can definitely see the end, the light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm really, really curious about how this will look like blocked, because although I have I think I have like this 120 centimeters or maybe even long, it's more than 120, maybe 160 centimeters long, you know, the thread. I don't know what it's called now. Oh my gosh. Sorry. It's still not enough for me to see the whole thing, you know, like in its glory. It's still squished. So I'm really curious about how it will look like. Yeah, also on top of my list when it comes to the priority. Olive shawl. Okay, and now moving to the new cast-ons. I have only 2. You see that? 6 finished objects, 2 cast-ons. We're getting there. Okay, starting with the one that currently exists only in this form. So you know me, I always need to have 2 pairs of socks on my needles. So the first one is the high scrappy socks that I showed you. The second one is a future pattern by Westnitz from the Westnitz Year of Socks 2023 pattern collection. It's the February pattern called Painting Triangle. It calls for 3 contrast colors and 1 main color, and I was thinking about making something a little bit crazier, so I first picked these 3 colors as the contrast ones. They are leftovers from a workshop that I held maybe last year, maybe half a year ago. Very neony. So I wanted to use them somehow. So these will be the contrast colors. And then I was trying to figure what to put as the main color. And then I thought, first I wanted something dark, but I didn't find anything in my stash, and I'm not buying new yarn for socks. Definitely not. So then I went for light options and I used this. It is like a natural white color with some rainbow speckles, and it doesn't have any of these. So these, the neons that I showed you, the contrast, they are green, yellow, mint, I believe. And here we have anything else, like there is yellow, but it's more like orange yellow. There's red, there's purple, there's blue. So I think it will be very nice. And the personal side of this is that I basically bought these two, yeah, I have two skeins. This is a 50 gram, I believe. Yes, 50 gram Regia Schachenmayr. I'm butchering the name for sure. So anyways, I bought it in Netherlands when I was visiting for business trip. So I have two skeins, and I'm really happy that I will finally use them for something. And yeah, these are again Lang Yarns Jawoll, all three of them. Although this one is already missing the label. So yeah, that's first new cast on, if I can call it that way, because I only have like maybe 4 rows of the ribbing. The other thing that I started working on is a commission for a friend. If you remember my little adventure to Hunger Games, when I was knitting that shawl called Katniss thingy, the same lady cosplayer commissioned another piece, and I will show you first. You will make a guess and then I will tell you, of course. So it looks like this. It's a chunky shawl. It will be brown with some black stripes at the end. And for those who are already screaming Outlander, you're right. She's planning a Claire Beauchamp Beecham cosplay, and this will be a shawl for her. I bought a lot of skeins, I don't know how many basically, of Nepal by drops. I think I have 4 black and around 10 brown. This is the second one, so what you see here is 1 1/4 skein perhaps, and it grows very fast. It's a very easy pattern that features garter stitch. It has yarn overs on the sides. Oh my gosh, I'm not even able to show you what I made. On the sides, in the middle, and you know, when you knit on the right side, you're adding the extra stitches. When you're knitting the wrong side, you're just knitting through. So it's very, very easy. The only thing that you need to be careful about is the center, the point basically when you're adding. So I have it marked by 2 markers, which was a challenge because I'm knitting on 8mm needles, and I noticed that majority of my stitch markers are not wide enough so the needle can come through. So I had to pick some other ones. Luckily, I had quite some new ones that made it to the advent calendar, etc. So I could use them. So yeah, this is a commission, so it will also be quite a priority for me. I'm not sure if I managed to create it in January, finish it in January, but maybe I will, because it really grows fast. So it's quite motivating to see it. And to see the yarn disappear. That's even more motivating. I don't know. What kind of person are you? Are you happier to see the new object getting finished, or are you happier to see the yarn from your stash disappearing when you make it? I think I'm like 50-50. For some projects I'm really, happy about the process and about the finished garment or the finished piece. But when I make something scrappy, for example, like these socks, I'm more excited about finishing a skin, for example. I think that's the vibe. Anyways, that would be my works in progress. And I think it's time to jump on that beast category of today, which is going to be the acquisitions. All right. There is a big pile of things next to me. So before we start, I think a little disclaimer is in order. And so the section of material acquisition of this month includes Advent time and Christmas time. Our household goes heavy on Advent calendars. I had 2 yarn Advent calendars this year that I will try to show you. And I also received an Advent calendar from my boyfriend, because we gift each other like customized Advent calendars, and we basically wrapped 24 gifts for each other for that. And that involved a lot of yarn related things as well. So we're basically talking about 3 Advent calendars and then some Christmas gifts. And then I also have 2 more acquisitions aside. So I know it's way more that a person can use maybe in several months, let alone 1 month, because this is 1 month worth of acquisitions, but it's not a normal month, it's December, and it's always slightly different. So I'm already, in my head, I'm already working on, assigning projects to this and make it part of my Make 9 for this year, because I really want to focus on stage besting. And looking at this, even though it's like a giant pile of things, I just realized that I'm missing something. So I will be right back. I have everything now. So let's jump right into it. First things first, before Christmas. At the end of a funny story. At the end of November, I was cleaning up the apartment a little bit because we wanted to start decorating it for Christmas, and I was cleaning my office desk. And I had quite some papers there and documents, and amongst them I spotted a birthday gift from May that was a voucher for vlněné sestry. And that voucher, at that point when I found it, was due in 2 days. So I panicked and I ordered yarn. I decided that since it's a gift, I will just pick something that I wouldn't buy normally and I will experiment. So I bought 3 combs that were discounted a little bit of Ito Kinu. It's a color brick and it's 100% silk. I never knitted anything from silk, but I can imagine we are now looking at my ranunculus number 3. So this is the first purchase and it's practically a birthday gift. That's what it means, right? I received it as the voucher was gifted me for birthday, so this is my birthday gift. I don't know, what, call it fate perhaps, because like finding this, the voucher right before it expires. That was a very lucky moment. So that's my first acquisition, and it's completely justified because I had no choice. Second thing is a gift for my name day from my parents. So I think my parents have like a strange relationship to my knitting because they know I have a lot of yarn. They know I don't need more, so they don't want to buy me more yarn, that's for sure, but they still like that it's crafting and they want to be involved. And my mom is a big fan of my finished projects. So when they asked me what I want, and I knew I cannot ask for anything like yarn or materials, so I asked for a book. And I got it. And it's beautiful and it's magical. So it's a Shetland by Marie Wollin, and it features 12, let me see. Here we go. It features 12 patterns. There's cardigans, there's scarves, there's coal, there's hats, mittens. Then there's the Yale cardigan. That's the reason why I wanted it. The Yale cardigan is something that you may know from the internet because it's maybe one of the most popular patterns that she ever made. It's this very oversized cardigan that features amazing colorful color work on the bottom of the sleeves and the body, and like a two colors color work on the rest. It's really beautiful. And the nice part is that when my mom was, looking at the book with me, she told me that this is actually the aesthetic that she really likes, because we have a completely different style. So when I make some things, like, I make a lot of colorful color work stuff, it is like bright, slightly childish, maybe even. So maybe she's not too on board with that, and that's completely okay. But she really fell in love with the projects from this book. The hat in particular. And some more smaller things. The mittens, that was also something she adored. So she expressed an interest to learn how to knit in color work. So I usually spend a couple of weeks at my parents' place during summer. I'm able to work from home because I'm working from my computer. So I usually take it with me for summertime and spend a couple of weeks there because they have a garden. They have a very nice like home near the nature. And in the evenings we do craft with my mom. She usually crochets, but this time I will teach her how to make things from this book. So it's very nice and I'm really excited about making something. Again, thinking about how to incorporate it into my plans for this year. So yeah, that's my name day. And now we will get into advents. The fun will start. I'm just thinking how I will show you. Okay, I will try. Oh, wait, one more. No, never mind. I will show you somehow in bulks, because otherwise we'll be here for a very long time. First things first, some accessories, and I received more. So these are markers and other markers that I got, and I just realized I received 2 pairs of sock blockers and I don't have them with me. I will show you next time, because otherwise I would be just going from one room to another and just bringing more stuff. So I promise that next time I will show you my new sock blockers, maybe with some new socks on them, but I received 2 pairs of sock blockers, one for my size and basically one for my boyfriend's size, and they were in the advent calendar from him. So I take it as a permission to make him more socks, right? let me know. Honey, let me know if this is the case. He was gifted a pair of socks from me, the cable trellis socks, for those who are returning viewers and remember that agony. So he already received them and he's very happy with them. Anyways, okay, let's start with the yarn from his advent calendar. I received two skeins of Regia silk. These beautiful blues, they go very well together, so I will be making something from them, maybe a shawl or something. I'll just try to make some space for it here so I know what I already shown you or whatnot. Then I received three skeins of Jawoll Magic Degradé. Again, some blues, greens. This one is with orange, it's beautiful. I think they quite go with the Regia ones as well. If I just put, for example, these two. And I think I received this one right at the beginning and this other one maybe 2 days after. So I was like, yeah, they match. They received more, so I need to think a little bit more about what am I gonna do with them. But yeah, 5 skeins like to make me think about a lot of things. Then I received some more sock yarn, but I'll try to. I need to remove it from the basket. Okay, so I received 2 pairs of sock, yeah. I love it, sock yarn. I don't have any experience with this one. Coop knits, 75 fine superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. Beautiful petrol color and not also very beautiful. Okay, this is a helium and this one is topaz. They go together pretty well. Yeah, again, not sure what I will make from them. I have this feeling that it would be a shame to make just socks from them. I don't know. I'll have to be. My head is like a balloon because I have so much new yarn now. So anyway, I think I will make a video. By the way, I think I will have a video for my Make 9 2023. Maybe compared to what I really made, because my Make 9 was not successful at all. And then I also want to make one more about my 2024 plans, which at this point I thought I have like finalized, but then when I received so much new yarn, I will have to re-evaluate a little bit, because I just need to stash bust as much as possible. And in my like original plan, I had maybe 50-50 projects from the yarn I already have and something that I will have to buy. So maybe I will move it even more on that side that I already have a stash. Anyways, moving on to maybe one of the most beautiful collections of yarn that I've ever seen. One was also a gift for my name day, another one was part of the advent calendar, and that's Music Singles special collection zebra sock from Vlněné sestry and Emitery Yarns. It's beautiful. This one is Fields of Gold and this one is Wahoo. They go perfectly together. Let me see the contents. 80% merino, 20% nylon, and they are this special zebra bases. So it contains this black, like yarn basically. So it makes this beautiful zebra effect. So yeah, these are absolutely magnificent, and I will have to come up with something very special from them. Then 2 more yarns from my boyfriend. Sock yarn, I think my ultimate favorite. With Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. These 2 are from Cocktail collection, Blue Lagoon and Rum Paradise. I love both of them, but this one, I mean, it's so nice. The rainbow. I'm really fighting the urge to cast on a pair of socks from this one right away. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Love it. And talking about single skeins, we'll move to some Christmas gifts. These are from my boyfriend's mother and sister. And one is already missing a label, or the label is broken. So one sock yarn, Opal, and it's inspired by a lizard. So I really love the colorway, that it's like nature inspired, but it's blue, right? But it's still like nature inspired. Another one, also Opal, is inspired by a bird. Let me see if it has a name, because no, it's just a number, but it's this birdie here. Again, very beautiful. I really like it. And the last one is inspired by a picture, which is really nice. And it got stuck. Yeah, I have it. So this one, it's also Opal. It's inspired by this picture here. I love that it has so many. I'm really wondering how this will look like when knitted. I mean, there is a preview. There are some like here, but yeah, I'm really curious how this will look like, because in the skein it looks awesome. So yeah, these are my sock yarns. Let me just put some order into it back. I have 2 big baskets here with me for the yarn. I store it there for now, so I can enjoy the new additions, and then I'll just have to find a place for it in my yarn drawer. And then I want to move into the 2 yarn advent calendars that I had. First one was by the Corner of Craft. It was an advent calendar inspired by D&D and spells. So, sorry, it's I have both of the advent calendars here along with some more yarn, so I'll try to show you somehow. First of all, oh, do I have all of them? I do. Yarn advent calendar number 1. No, not going anywhere. Wait a second. Up. Jewel toned, rainbow. Basically, it was like a fade, but throughout all the colors. Started with blue, and then it went through purple, red, orange, yellow, green, back to the blue. So it was a circle advent calendar, circle shade, fade, sorry, I believe. And it also included a full skein. Now all the mini skeins were named after spells, like this. And for the 25th of December there was a full skein that was inspired by the spell called Wish, and it looks like this: blue, purple, pink, green. Wish. Magnificent. It's the whole entire calendar was in the sturdy sock base, which is 75% superwash blue faced luster and 75% nylon. This is 100 grams, the other ones were 20-gram minis. So beautiful. And the other advent calendar that I have, so let me just turn my basket and take a sip. It's the last bit, I promise. The other advent calendar was from, no, it's not the last one, sorry, 2 more things. It's by The Lonely Knitter, and it was called The Journey to the Dark Side, inspired by Star Wars. Again, 24 minis and 100-gram full-size sock yarn. Again, I'll try to show you. Okay, this will be slightly more complicated because here I wasn't as lucky to grab everything at once, but let me show you and then I will tell you a little bit about this, because this was a big and very nice surprise. So, colors going from gray to black to brown to yellow to red, orange, etc. I'll also try to put some pictures of the full palette that will show you nicely, more nicely, how these colors went. It started... Okay, here's the thing. I bought this advent calendar and then I realized that it might, because I saw there were these like pictures that were like a mood board basically for this. There was a lot of like this desert, Jedi, beige, yellow, very light colors. Then a little bit of dark, of course, red, black, brown. But there was quite a big chunk of these like really beige-ish pictures. And then I realized I really don't. I like beige, but I don't think it suits me very well. I was like, oh my god, what did I do? Because last year I had this advent calendar that I'm now making my aloft shawl from. And as much as I love it, there is a lot of beige, and I can tell that it's perhaps not going to suit me so well. But it will be, you know, wrapped by that blue and brown, so it will be fine. But obviously I didn't want to repeat it. I wanted to maybe have different colors this time. Then I was too excited. I bought this Star Wars themed yarn advent calendar, and only then I realized, crap, Jedi, desert, Tatooine, all beige. So in my mind I was getting ready for having another advent calendar that will have a lot of beige in it, and it doesn't. It has yellows, it has reds, it has browns, but there is not one color. No, there's like light yellow. Maybe this one. Okay, maybe this one is slightly beigey, but it's still more like a yellow. And there's yellow, nothing more. So I was really happy to see that the colors were actually much brighter than I originally thought it. Well, even though I know I bought it, I should have thought about it slightly more, but at the end it turned out exquisite. So I'm completely over the moon that it looks like this. And I thought at the beginning that my favorite one is going to be the D&D one, but now I can tell they are on the same level. I really enjoyed both of them very much. One being super colorful, the other one really keeping it in those shades and you know, like in that color scheme that's still very reliable, really close to Star Wars, really referential, and the other one being more like rainbowy. I enjoyed unwrapping every single day. And the other difference between the two, let me show you 2 examples. So for example, this is a colorway from the D&D, so you can tell it has hues, right? It is it has like darker parts, lighter parts, speckles, although it's not very visible, but it's like a purple with blue speckles. So every single colorway is very, like, it's very similar when it comes to the way how it's dyed from this D&D. On the other hand, the Star Wars Advent Calendar, it's like, I think it's semi-solid maybe, but it's almost solid. So there's another difference between the two, that I knew that every morning I will unwrap one very colorful and like even, with different colors in the skin itself, mini, and then the other one will be more like solid. So yeah, very enjoyable process, both of them. And same as the previous one, this one also had a full skein at the end, and that one says, "The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon." Beautiful. It includes basically all the colors from the minis: black, yellow, red, brown, and it's very nice. So yes, the Lonely Knitter Advent Calendar. So yeah, I have 2 sets of 24 minis that I will have to make happen in a project, or 2 or 3, I don't know, but very lovely. And we're moving to the last bits. I got a gift from a friend. She started a dyeing business. This was part of her first experimental dye lot, let's say, and it's 100% merino. It's single ply, so no ply. Yeah, her name is Kay. She has a new Instagram that I will put below, Knits, and she's planning some more collections, and she asked me to test this one, so I might be making mittens out of it. That's the plan. So yeah, this was a little gift, and now we're moving, I promise, to the last one, and that's a gift from my boyfriend's mom, and she got me 3 skeins by Devonia in this purple, khaki, yellowish. It's so beautiful. I don't know what to compare this to. It's like, you see, it's like Highlands. It's called Between Worlds, the colorway, and it's from Falkland Merino. It's 100% merino, non-superwash. But it's so beautiful. I will make a sweater out of it. I already have an idea of what I want to make. We'll see. Beautiful. I would never think to put these colors together. It reminds me of a certain flower. I will put it here. I like a mountain flower. Anyways, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, that concludes my material acquisitions. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit overwhelmed now because I'm looking at that huge amount of yarn and I'm just thinking there is no way I can use it this year. I will have to make it happen somehow. I'm gonna make a lot of socks, obviously, and a lot of different things too, like sweaters, shawls, more socks, hats, mittens, tops. I will work with silk, with the Ito Kinu. Looking forward. Okay, anyway, I think I talked for a very, very long time about, yeah, things I got, things I made. I want to wish you a wonderful beginning of the new year. May it be as planned for you. May it be full of happy moments with your loved ones, with your two-legged, four-legged friends. May it bring you a lot of inspiration and energy for crafting. May it bring you a lot of inspiration and joy too. Because lately things happened in the world that were on the opposite side, right? So we need to make those little moments of peace and happiness count even more. With that, I'm saying goodbye for now. I'll try to put some in-betweeners before the next monthly podcast, because there's a lot about last year and the new year that I want to talk about, like wrapping the year and planning for the new one. And I feel quite inspired to do that. So yeah, I hope we'll meet each other sooner than in a month. But anyways, keep crafting and enjoy your month. Bye bye.